Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today's Leetcode question is longest palindromic subsequence, which is question number 516. So in this question we have given a string and we have to tell the longest palindromic subsequence. So here are a few things to understand. First of all, you must have good understanding of recursion to solve this question. Then what is subsequence? Subsequence is in a string, if we can remove or add a few characters, but the order of the alphabets must remain the same. So here in this case, if A comes before B, in our palindromic subsequence, in the subsequence also, if A is there, A must be before B. A must be before this B, since there are multiple B's over here. Okay. This is what subsequence is. Let me just I hope you have understand the question. Let me Okay. So few of the subsequence of this particular string could be B, BB, BBB, AB, BAB, and there could be many more. BB, AB. Okay. These are few subsequence. I have removed few characters from this string to generate these subsequences. There can be 2 raised to power the length of the string. These many characters, 32, these many subsequence can be there, can be found out of this particular string. A few are here, I have listed them here. So out of these 2 raised to power 5 subsequences, I have to tell a subsequence which is palindrome and whose length is the longest. I have to return the length of the longest palindromic subsequence. I hope now you have understood the question better. So as I mentioned, to understand this question, you must have a good understanding of how recursion works, how the recursion is returning and taking some value from one function and adding, subtracting and doing some operations from that returned value in the current function. You must have good understanding of that. Okay. So to approach this question, how can we solve this question? Let's try to think from the very basics. Okay. Since we have to generate the subsequences, the length of the subsequence should be palindrome, and the length of the palindrome should be maximum. These are 3 conditions that we have to take care of. What we can do, naive solutions could be, let's try to make all these 2 raised to power 5 subsequences. For all those subsequences, let's check if they are palindrome or not. If they are palindrome, we'll store the length in a variable. Okay. And if a palindrome with higher length comes, we'll replace the length with the bigger length of the palindrome of the subsequence. But see, this string is a smaller one. It has only 5 characters. If a string with a higher number of characters comes, then 2 raised to power, suppose 2 raised to power 10,000 comes, then the number of subsequences will be exponentially high. And to check for all those subsequences if they uh, to check off for all those subsequences if they are palindrome or not, then that will be a tedious task that will whose complexity will be exponential. So let us not go that way. What we can do in this question is, if this question is asked in an interview, what the interviewer will be expecting out of you is, I hope you guys know what is LCS longest. Uh, Hello. Hmm. I hope you guys know what is LCS, longest common subsequence. In this, we are given two strings. Suppose in longest common subsequence, we are given two strings, out of which we have to make, the question is, we have to say in those two subsequence, in these two strings, we have to find the longest, we have to find the common subsequence whose length is the largest. So few of the subsequences which can be formed out of string 1 are A, B, B, BS, okay, AS, AS, and few of the subsequences which can be formed out of string 2 are A, B, AC, AB, C. You see here AB, AB is common. I said longest, LCS's longest common subsequence. I out of these two strings I have found a common substring, a common subsequence, and there can be many common subsequences as well. And out of those common subsequences, I have to find I have to find the subsequence whose length is the maximum. So in this case, only A, B is the subsequence. So the length of the subsequence will be 2. Okay. We are using this particular approach to solve this question, longest palindromic subsequence. How we are going to use it? And if this question is asked to you in an interview, the interviewer will be expecting you to do this question by this particular method only. The string which is given to you is BBB AB. Since in LCS we see in these two strings which is the common subsequence, and we return the length of the longest common subsequence. I want you to be very focused in this question. In this particular part, we are reversing this particular string and we are storing this in another string. Why are we doing this? Is because since we want to find the palindrome, and palindrome is same from the end. Palindrome is a string which is same from the end and from the starting. And by reversing it, we'll find the LCS. LCS will be an LCS of these two strings will be a palindrome. Okay. Okay. And now to solve this question, we are going from end. You can go from starting as well. This is just a choice. We are going from end. We see if character at S2 is same at character at S1, if we see character at S2 is same as character at S1, then in that case, we'll simply increase a length by 1 and we'll check for indexes less other. If the character matches, then we check for these indexes. Okay, and we store a length of 1, that one length is increased. If the character does not matches, then we'll simply check two cases. Since the characters had not matched, we'll not add one more, one to the answer. We'll check two cases, in one in which I have decreased the length of string 1 and in the other one string 1 will be there only and string 2 is reduced by string length 1. Let me explain you this here. See, here length is increased. Here characters are same, so I add 1 and move to these indexes. I add 1 and we see what comes here. Okay, here these two characters are same, or these two characters are different. So in first, at first I am moving this pointer here and checking for this. See, I have not decremented this pointer. Now I see these two characters are same. So again, I am since these two characters are same, this condition fulfills. And I check for, I add 1 and I check for, I move 1 1 here. Now I see these two characters are same again. And I go to here. Okay. These are the cases that we are running. You will only understand this if you have good understanding of how recursion is working. Also, one more thing, we'll find maximum of these two and we'll return the maximum of one of whichever function gives the maximum value. Will return that value to our calling function. Okay. So here I have written the memoized code. Okay. I just want you to understand the recursion first. Yes, let us not focus on this part. Here I have stored the reverse of string 1 and I have stored this is in a string s2 and I'm traversing from the end of these two strings. Okay. If I found that the character right indexes index 1 and index 2 are same, I'm incrementing 1 and moving 2 indexes 1 minus in both the strings. Otherwise, if the characters are not same at the particular index, I'll find the maximum of two functions. I'll find the maximum of two functions. In one, we are decrementing only index 1 and in second, decrementing only index 2. Okay, I want you to write the recursion tree of this question, and only if you were able to solve this question recursively and understand this question how the recursion is working inside, then only you will be able to write the memoization code and tabulation code of this particular question. So I hope you will do this and I'll meet you tomorrow. I hope you have understand the question and the intuition behind it, and you must understand if this question is ever asked to you in the interview, you must if this question ever asked to you in interview, you must give this particular approach and you should understand why this approach has been used. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you have understand the question and you'll work on understanding the recursion tree and writing the memoization and tabulation code. Thank you so much.